Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Capcan and today we're looking at our best Beast Mastery Hunter Talent 3 builds from Dragonflight pre-patch. Currently today is 30th of October, which means that it's close to 1 month of pre-patch that is gonna come still, and when expansion drops, all these builds are probably gonna be changed because we wouldn't really have any access to our current legendary abilities, to our covenant abilities, and there will be plenty more talent points to spend. So yeah, that's only pre-patch versions of builds. Information is provided Wowhead, and I'm gonna have all the links in the pinned comment below the video to builds and to article itself. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this and if you want more updated content in future. And yeah, I guess like just let's go and read a little bit about the author. Hello, my name is Tarlo and I'm the writer for the Beast Mastery Hunter Guide here on Wowhead. I have mained Hunter since the Burning Crusade and currently do high level Mythic raiding. I also sometimes dabble in M+. You can find me as a moderator in the True Shot Lodge Discord if you have any questions or other inquiries regarding the guide or anything else Hunter related. So yeah, as you can see, quite experienced guide writers on Wowhead. Let's go for the builds themselves. Beastmaster Hunter raiding talent builds. So we have like what? We have single target raid, AoE raid, Mythic plus, and leveling. Leveling I'll probably skip because like leveling it's more of a prefer stuff, and you can check it out in the article if you really want to level now with Beast Mastery. Yeah, we're gonna go with first 3 talent builds. So single target oriented raid build. This build is a midway point between what you already have in Shadowlands and what you will have in Dragonflight, somewhat limited by the points available. Focus will be around increasing the generation of kill command with Alpha Predator and War Orders. It additionally uses the Dire command legendary, as we are picking Piercing Fangs in the tree, which wouldn't stack with Relax Stalker's Piercing Fangs. Utility-wise, the focus here is exclusively on personal utility and defensives, as most single-target encounters will not require any form of crowd control. So generally speaking, you'll want to adapt your personal utility in the class tree to suit the fight's needs, sacrificing some very minor personal mobility or defensives in process. So automatically taken is already kill command, and then we're starting from kill shot. We're taking post haste, which frees us from roots and gives us additional move speed on disengage. Improved kill shot, more damage for kill shot, more healing uptime on acceleration. Counter shot interrupts, survival of the fittest, one of our defensive cooldowns, nature's endurance, increased defensive cooldown from survival of the fittest. Then born to be wild, reduces cooldown of your mobility skills and other aspects which are defensives. Sentinel All, call for a Sentinel All to the target location, granting you unhindered vision. Your attacks ignore line of sight against the target in this area. Every 150 focus spent grants you 1 second of the Sentinel All when cast, up to a maximum of 12 seconds. The Sentinel All can only be summoned when it will last at least 5 seconds. So this is for you to like move more freely and shoot through the obstacles. Sentinel protection, while the Sentinel All, your party gains 5% leech, which is very good sustain for your party. Not raid though, so be like wise with it. Master Marksman, your melee and ranged special attack critical strikes cause the target to bleed for additional damage. Then we have Rejuvenation Wind, acceleration heals you for a bit more over the time, more sustain. Movement speed increase passives. Binding Shot, which binds enemies and prevents them from like moving out of like some part of the fight. Then Hunter's Avoidance, decreased damage taken from AoEs. Blinding Shackles, targets rooted by Binding Shot, knocked back by High Explosive Trap, incapacitated by Scatter Shot, or stunned by Intimidation, deal 10% damage, 10% less damage to you for 8 seconds after the effect ends. Then Beastmaster Pet damage increase, kill command damage increase, and Alpha Predator kill command now has 2 charges and deals increased damage. Yeah, so even more kill command damage increase. Yeah, here in key talent you can see which talents are like most important, which are more like not mandatory and optional. Let's go for our specialization talent tree. We're taking Cobra Shot and Barbed Shot, which are ours like core abilities. Then Pack Tactics, just passive focus generation increase, which is massive. Of course, you're gonna take it anyways. Aspect of the Beast, damage and healing of your pet's abilities. Yeah. Then Animal Companion, your call pet additionally summons first pet from, so you have two pets. That was previously our talent before. Barbed Shots increase your crit strike chance. Then we're taking Bestial Wrath, which is one of our main damaging cooldowns. Stomp, when you cast Barbed Shot, your pet stomps, deals AoE damage. Then in like right part we're taking just pet damage increase, kill command damage increase, Barbed Shot damage increase, Bloodshed, which commands your pet to attack target and increase all damage taken from your pet, which is just like, yeah, very good on single target. Anyways, War Orders, Barbed Shot deals increased damage and has chance to reset the cooldown of kill command. Your auto attack crit strikes have chance to reset cooldown of Barbed Shot. Then again, Barbed Shot reduces cooldown of Bestial Wrath. Scent of Blood activating Bestial Wrath grants 2 charges of Barbed Shot. Brutal Companion, when Barbed Shot causes Frenzy to stack up to 3, your pet will immediately use its special attack and bonus and deal 50% bonus damage. And Piercing Fangs is while Bestial Wrath is active, your pet's critical strike critical damage increased by 30%. So yeah, here's our talent tree. Here are a few quick explanations. So picked Counter Shot, you'll still find the Fated Affix. Oh, so yeah, that's more of an in-depth to like current situation. During pre-patch you will still find the Fated Affix reconfiguration emitter on a lot of bosses and counters. If you do not have this affix active, this might be skippable. Alpha Predator, kill command has 2 charges, deals more damage, adds significant value to several talents, makes your gameplay a lot more flexible. Picking this significantly limits what else you can pick in the bottom third of the class tree. War Orders combines with Alpha Predator to increase kill command generation by a significant amount. Sentinel's Protection and Pathfinding, while these effects are quite weak, we need to spend a few more points to unlock the bottom third of the class tree. Oh, so that's why. Then Brutal Companion, good value for very low talent point investment. Yeah, so that's like, okay, that's this talent. Then Piercing Fangs, while I do have access to this as a legendary effect, picking this talent lets us use Dire Command, other legendary. Not picked Misdirection, generally will not be useful on single target encounters as there wouldn't be anything additional to help the tanks gain aggro on. Then Call of the Wild, currently quite a weak cooldown as additional pets don't do anything but melee attack. Oh, so yeah, that's while you're summoning 2 more active pets. On cooldown Killer Cobra. Cobra senses you get way too many resets on cooldown from War Orders for this to gain any significant value. Dire Beast, you don't have enough points to gain access to Dire Pack, so this does not give enough value. One of the Pack Kindred Spirits, these just do way too little compared to most talents. Okay. So now let's compare like AoE talent to single target, still rating talent trees. This build picks the AoE core around Beast Cleave over a few passive modifiers. You can additionally pick Wailing Arrow if there are silenceable mobs in the encounter and you don't have the weapon. Otherwise the same principle applies. Pick utility in the class tree to fit the fight. So our general talent tree is like, it's just the same. Yes, it's just the same. And with our specialization, what are we taking? What are we skipping? We're skipping these 3 talents. So we're not taking Kill Command. We're not taking Bloodshed. So yeah, because Bloodshed is quite single target oriented. And we're not taking Sharp Barbs. But we're going more into single target, into center of the tree with multi-shot and Beast Cleave. So yeah, after you multi-shot, your pet's melee attacks also strike nearby enemies. Then our left part is the same and our center is the same. So yeah, we're basically just like, yeah, we're trading Oh, and we're taking Kill Cliff. So we're trading these 3 talents for these 3 talents, and that's all. And Kill Cliff is while Beast Cliff is active, Kill Command now also strikes nearby enemies. So yeah, you just have like AOE slapped on your basic like damage output. And here we had way more single target oriented stuff. I don't really think that we need to read all this, because yeah, these talents, they are quite obvious. It's just like you want more AoE. But okay, maybe, oh, so misdirection is taken here. Oh, there is some differences in like, oh, so we're taking 1 talent out of pathfinding and taking our misdirection. Misdirection, this is generally a bit more useful where there are more targets in a fight. Of course, this depends on the type of ad. Yeah, so that's for if you're thinking that it's gonna be AoE fast in raid, then probably you want to help your like tank with aggro. Then what we have, Beastcliff, your significant AoE ability, and Killcliff, your brand new form of AoE, which is fairly decent in sustained cleave. It might be quite weak in very bursty forms of AoE, but due to our point budget, we'll need it to reach war orders. Not picked Aspect of the Wild, with our kill command generation being significantly higher, you will barely cast Cobra Shot anymore, meaning this does not enough even in 2 target scenarios. And maybe picked our Wailing Arrow, a possible pick instead of point in training expert. If the silence effect is useful utility for an encounter, and you don't have Ral Shalas or Shola, that's like bow from Sylvanas. Keen Eyesight, a possible swap with Master Marksman depending on your gear. So critical strike chance increase instead of bleeding after crit strikes. And now we have our Beast Mastery Mythic Plus talent 3, which differs quite a lot, especially in like general part of the talent tree. We're taking Tar Trap, which is AoE slow. We're taking Tranquilizing Shot, which removes enrage and magic effects from enemy. Now we're taking improved Tranquilizing Shot. When it is successfully dispels, you gain some focus. You're taking Intimidation, which is single target stun, which is definitely gonna be useful. We're not taking binding shackles, yeah, because probably binding shot wouldn't be as much of like a priority. Then what? We're not taking pathfinding at all, probably in order to have more talent points in there. Master Marksman. Oh, we're not taking our Sentinel Owl and increased Sentinel Owl, because probably you wouldn't be really staying too much out of line of sight. We're taking Camouflage. Okay, then we're going into what? Rejuvenating Winds we've already had. We're taking our Misdirection, and that's probably like mostly it within here. Yeah, still same stuff, binding shot still, yeah, everything's quite the same. And now let's compare our AoE build to our AoE build from raids. And it's like, it's quite the same. Yes. So offensively, your Mythic Plus build will be very similar to your raiding AoE build. Most of the changes you'll find here are mainly in the form of utility. So in general talent 3, Camouflage, Sentinel, Perception, maybe High Explosive Trap are possible alternatives. Yeah, if you like maybe don't want some of these talents. Here are a few quick explanations. Camouflage allows you to do invisibility skips without using a potion, letting you use an additional combat potion. Can be skipped if your group does not intend on doing invisibility skips. Do note that the effect is weaker than normal stealth effects, so it might not be sufficient for some fights. Then Tranquilizing Shot, Purges, and Soothes are more commonly used in M+, especially during Raging Week. So this is a natural pick. Now this also provides us with an alternative path to Alpha Predator through improved Tranquilizing Shot. Then we're taking Intimidation, which is just like a nice long stun. Not picked quite obvious. High Explosive Trap, while knockbacks are commonly quite useful in M+. High Explosive Traps, small hitbox and travel time makes it very tricky to use without risking scattering the mobs all over the place, potentially useful during Sanguine Week. Okay, yeah, that's as well. Very, very logical. So you can take Wailing Arrow if instead of Trading Expert, if you don't have Legendary Bow. Yeah, so that's for your out of line of sight shenanigans. Keen Eyesight, a possible swap with Master Marksman. So again, you can take more crit chance instead of bleed after crits. And Scatter Shot if your AoE crowd control is sorted by the rest of your group, or you don't feel Biting Shot gets enough value. This is a nice option to serve as means of stopping dangerous casts, especially those. Yeah, so that's like your additional interrupt. Yeah, and this is leveling build, which I will just like share it on screen, so if you want, take it. But that's like your leveling. Yeah, I don't really think that you need as much explanation in here. So yeah, thanks for Wowhead for very good information that gives us opportunity to learn more. Thanks for watching the video. If you like content, subscribe to the channel. There's gonna be plenty more content. Hope you're having a great time playing the game. Have a good day and goodbye.